I'm talking with Toni Hansen right now. Toni is a trader from, you did tell me exactly where you're from. Tell me again.
I'm from Iowa originally, and I lived there all of my life until about a year ago, and got tired of the winter. I didn't want to spend another winter in the snow, so we moved down to Florida.
Where it's warm all the time.
Right, and I didn't like Florida, so now we're going to move to Austin.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, so another warm
right,
country.
Not back north.
Yeah, well, here we are in Las Vegas, and while the sun's shining, it's great.
It's cold.
But as soon as the sun goes in, it's cold.
Yeah.
But the reason we're having this conversation, Toni, is that you've been a trader for a good many years, and you've been through the mill of learning how to trade, and you've come out the other end as somebody who now sort of mentors others, and you're still a very active trader.
Yes.
And that combination means that you've got a good deal of credibility in what you do. But could we just sort of kick off with you telling us really how you sort of got into this business in the first place? How you stumbled into trading?
Completely, purely on accident. I certainly was not interested in the markets at all growing up. We talked a little bit before, and I was more interested in becoming an archaeologist. That was my life's ambition, and throughout high school I would go to archaeology camps in the summer, and I wanted to spend my life doing Native American archaeology in South America, pretty much. So.
Oh, right, okay, so that's a world apart from trading rooms and pits and arms waving around and
yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah. And basically how it happened was that my fiance started trading. He was very interested in the markets his entire life. All the time I'd known him since the time I met him, that's all he wanted to do in life was to become a trader. He wanted to trade on the grain exchange, the floor up in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
So due to some medical and circumstances, he wasn't able to do that. So he knew that there was this new market where you could buy on the bid and sell on the ask and do it all online.
Wow.
Right. So when I would come home at night from the lab, which I hated doing lab work. That was the worst part of archaeology. You're
sitting, downside,
right, you're sitting at your desk all day, typing up data from your sheets, from out in the field, and I hated doing that in the winter. I loved the field work all summer. I just loved that, and I love the analytical part. Trying to figure out, well, where did this piece of pottery come from, and how does it fit together with what else we found? And I loved doing that puzzle part of archaeology. I didn't like doing the data entry part of archaeology. And I hated being locked up at a computer all day. So
right.
Interesting that I ended up in trading at the computer all day. But it kind of went to where I would get home from my job, get off work at 4 o'clock, and he would be at home. The markets had just closed, and he'd start scanning, doing swing trading and that sort of thing. And in the first couple of months, he lost a lot of money. And I was watching him, and I'm like, I can do that.
That's the easy bit.
Right. So I bet I can do better than you. So I started scanning with him at night, and just kind of. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't read any books. I knew nothing about the markets. I didn't even know what the Dow was. So, other than something that just interrupted my nightly news broadcasts when I wanted to know what was going on in the world, I didn't care about the financial markets,
Sure.
Which is kind of interesting, since so much of society is based upon your financial markets. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a sort of foundation stone of corporate America. Really.
Right. And it's what our society, yeah.
That's right.
So
did you? At some point, then you decided to get an education yourself in it, or?
Yeah, I kind of self-taught. Yeah, self-taught pretty much. 99% basically. I compiled a list of the S&P 100 and then the NASDAQ 100. And each night I would go through that list and just kind of make a guess where I thought it would go the next day. And I knew some of the basic concepts of technical analysis, like buy 3 to 5 bar pullbacks into a 20 moving average. I knew that, kind of whole concept because that's what he taught me